What is a VTuber? That is a fantastic question. If I told my friends and family I was VTubing, or I sold VTuber characters, and then they went and searched Google for what that was, this is what they would think I do. I don't want to give any friends or family a heart attack, so let me explain further. GergAnimation.com has puppets and assets for Adobe Character Animator, for VTubers, for content creators, for anything 2D animation. VTuber is short for Virtual YouTuber. It's a virtual character that streams, live streams anywhere. Twitch, YouTube, or any other platform. And they can create videos and content on YouTube. Basically a virtual entertainer, if you will. However, at the moment, it is almost exclusively a Japanese anime thing. And it seems to be almost exclusively a very sexual thing. People won't admit that it's a sexual thing, but it absolutely is. It feels like it's in the same category as ASMR. Like, I've heard some people say ASMR is for relaxing, but every time I see it, it always ends up being some degree of this. If you search VTuber on Twitch, this is what comes up. Some of it is full-on hentai porn, but most of it is right on the edge. But people will never admit it's a sexual thing. Well, I'm bringing VTubing out of the shadows, out of the dark and into the light. So besides the fact that VTubing is a porn thing, my other gripe I have with VTubing is that no one is in character. They're just using their same voice or like a cute little version of their voice, but no one is playing a character. They're just talking as themselves. They're just doing everything that they would normally do, and then they have this little cat girl. I want to see more acting. I want to see more performance. It is a show, after all. The goal is to entertain. Well, here comes Gerg Animation. I want to talk about 2 fully featured characters I have thus far, both made in Adobe Character Animator, and neither of them even close to the porn section. Quite the opposite, actually. Gergy Fisher is a little 9-year-old punk chess player. He's based on me when I was a kid. His story is he's Bobby Fischer's grandson. He gets angry and he says horrible things, but he always feels bad and he apologizes. It's not fair. He's German. It's not fair. He's a machine. I'm sorry. Oh, good. I'm playing an American. So far, I've just streamed chess, live chess with him. I have multiple scenes I can switch to and act out live on stream. My favorite is this sad window scene here.
Have I peaked as a chess player? I don't know if I've peaked, but Oh, well, certainly I've plateaued. And honestly, I don't know what's worse. Peaking is fun. There's a peak. You reach the top. Plateauing is lame. You just find yourself playing chess, doing chess puzzles by yourself. You think you're getting better, and then you get beat by some moon rat Russian doing crocodile in a Moscow Soviet era apartment building. Oh man. I don't know. It boils my blood. I haven't peaked. I haven't. No, nor have I plateaued. I'll show you, moon rat.
Next is Jeremiah, and he's an Amish farmer. He streams Stardew Valley because it's the only game that isn't made by the devil himself. So he says. He's got animations specifically made for streaming Stardew Valley. So he say hello, we got walking, fishing, mining, and all kinds of emotions to go with it. He also has a candle-powered wooden laptop to surf the internet on because everyone needs Stardew Valley wikis now and then. And if you didn't know, the Amish don't use electricity. So he has a candle, a USB candle, to power his laptop. Okay. Dear God, I'd like to thank you for Stardew Valley, the only game that wasn't made by the devil himself. It teaches the modern man and woman that simplicity is the way to go. That's the direction I would like to see VTubing go, or cartoon streaming, as I say to the layman. At least that's the direction I'm going with it. So how do you do it? If you want to learn how to do the hentai, anime style VTuber thing, then I can't really help you right now. From what I gather, there are 3D and 2D versions, and the software used is multiple Japanese softwares made specifically for it. One of these videos would be better if you want to go that route. What I do know about it is that the 3D ones seem very expensive. The type of tracking some of these VTubers have is insane. It's some James Cameron Avatar level stuff. I will be making a video comparing some of the software used in creating and streaming for VTubers, but that's for another day. How I do my style is by using a program called Adobe Character Animator.
Adobe Character Animator lets you animate any Photoshop or Illustrator file using your face and voice with your computer's webcam and microphone, making performance capture animation fun and accessible.
I make my animations in Photoshop to Character Animator. Although I've been experimenting with Blender grease pencil recently, but even if I use Blender, it still has to go into Photoshop first. Then you connect your streaming software, in my case OBS, to Character Animator, and you're ready to stream. An example of someone who uses it very well for streaming is Chris Ovemery. The two coolest features of Character Animator are the head tracking and the eye tracking. But they are two features I hardly ever use for streaming. I'm looking and moving my head all over the place when I'm streaming, and I don't want my character doing the same. So instead, I use triggers. Triggers set off the frame-by-frame animations I made in Photoshop. It's hard to explain, but take this animation here. Gergy Fisher's Checkmate Dance. This would be impossible to do with just tracking and arm dragging. It has to be done through good old-fashioned 2D frame-by-frame animation. And I activate this animation with a trigger. These triggers are mapped to my piano keyboard, not my computer keyboard. I need my computer keyboard to play whatever game it is that I'm playing. So my animation triggers are mapped to my piano MIDI keyboard. The idea is simple to set up, but making it entertaining is the tough part. If you're interested in setting up Character Animator for VTubing, I recommend this video here. And that's it. A character brought to life in Adobe Character Animator that you use to play any game or chat or do whatever it is people do on Twitch nowadays, which could be anything. Character Animator is not free. You will need to get the Adobe Creative Suite, Creative Cloud Suite, whatever it's called, for it to work. But I don't know of any software that does something like this that doesn't cost money. If there is one that's free, I imagine you wouldn't be able to do too much with it. Creating the character is the hard part. I enjoy it a lot, but I realize it's not for everybody. It is very difficult to create a character that feels alive and that can carry an entire stream or an entire channel. It is not easy. You have to imagine you're streaming for at least 2-3 hours at a time. Acting and live streaming is the really fun part. Difficult in its own way, but it feels like you are on stage doing stand-up comedy or improv, or you're acting in some kind of play. So there's two pieces to being a VTuber. The creation of the character, and then the performance of the character on live stream or in videos, whatever you decide to do with it. Now, he's no VTuber.
Now we're into a trios game, ladies and gentlemen. Things get a little bit more difficult. More areas to be shot from. More angles. More players.
The man they call Dr. Disrespect is by far and away the best performer in streaming. He's the best character in streaming. I'm trying to take traditional cartoon animation and create characters that can perform like the Doc here.
I'll slap you right in your face! Ladies and gentlemen, these guys ain't even close. I mean, they're not even close to our level. Trust me, they're all 5'1", right? They're all playing in their mommy's house at their apartment complex, right?
I hope I eased you into the world of VTubing. It can be a deep, dark rabbit hole that will scare you away forever if you just take one look at it. But it's only growing. I hope it can move out of the hentai ASMR category, and I hope to help it do that. I also hope these VTubers get in character. I want to see some performances. It's not enough to just use your voice and have cute cat ears. That gets boring after 1 minute. If you don't want to make your own character, you can head over to gerganimation.com, where we have full character streaming packs ready to download, among many other assets for Adobe Character Animator and live streaming. If you do want to make your own character for VTubing and you don't know how, you can learn on Skillshare. If you use the link in the description, you get 2 free months of premium on Skillshare.